Thank you all for being here as we gather to launch this one-of-a-kind and deep private-public partnership. I'm too close, am I? Private-public partnership agreement to support 15 primary and high schools which are in critical need of our assistance. We anticipate this partnership between Jamaica National, Building Society Foundation, and the Ministry of Education will turn around the lives of our children. We need only but an opportunity to change Jamaica and the world. Our country needs leadership if we are to mature. There's no country that I can identify, you could tell me, that has advanced without an educated population. Our country needs innovators, and therefore it needs more schools and leaders in those schools who can inspire children, challenge them, and recognize that they are also leaders in their own right. Ladies and gentlemen, we need a country where everyone shares the responsibility of educating our children and works together for their development. A country where opportunities for greatness abound and our people are equipped to grasp them. A country where there are thinking schools and a nation always engaged in learning. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the JN Foundation's brand new iLead program.
Jamaica National Building Society, as you have heard, is committed to providing avenues for the advancement of Jamaicans, particularly young people in Jamaica. And the launch of the iLead education program is a recognition of yet another avenue through which we can achieve this important objective. In its 140 years existence, Jamaica National has a long and rich history of providing the enabling environment and tools to empower all people, but in particular young people, and facilitate them with opportunities to maximize their full potential. In essence, the iLead project has the important task of transforming these educational institutions by delivering to these schools a realistic identity that will enable them to assume their responsibility confidently in the educational process, and to ensure that the choice that we make is a choice for success rather than failure. And so, within this context, I wish to welcome you to the launch of the iLead project. I'm particularly pleased that we have Honorable Andrew HOLNESS, who has agreed to chair the committee, and with the full support of the Minister of Education and the Ministry and the government. And through this, we can achieve what Renee calls as the One Jamaica Education Project. Welcome to the launch of iLead.
The iLead program will, of course, touch all areas of education. But the focus will be on leadership in education. More so on the institutional leadership in education. JN will be investing a significant amount of money. And I notice you didn't say what the budget was, but trust me when I say it is significant. And what we want is that after the program comes to an end, that the changes that have been made are institutionalized. That means they remain as custom and practice, and that other institutions can benefit from them. So we want to leave behind leaders who have not just changed their own culture, but who are now catalysts and teachers of change in the education system. My role in all of this is to ensure that the program maintains its focus. We are also interested in infusing into the education system new and innovative ways of teaching our students, new and innovative ways of involving our students. Now, some of these ways might be pretty expensive. Some of these ways might be risky in terms of the known quantity of results that could come. And so it is not always that taxpayers' dollars will want to be spent in those ways. What JN has done is to take the risk of implementing new and innovative ways in the education system. But it is not a risk that will not bear fruit. I think it is a risk that will be very positive for Jamaica, because many of the new and innovative techniques and strategies that will be employed are tried and tested and proven around the world. I can't overemphasize that point, that the new wave of economic development right across the world is not so much based on natural resources. It is based on the development of the human resource. And Jamaica has to come to grips with that point. We cannot allow any school to fail.
All of the studies that we have had of our local schools tell us that there are two absolutely important elements of effective schooling. One is strong visionary leadership. And the second is the contact between the school and the community, and most particularly with parents. That's what makes the difference. And so today we are witnessing a renewal of a partnership which began in the previous iteration and which now offers the hope of strong leadership for many more schools. The National Educational Inspectorate has told us that we have a weakness in many of the schools in the parishes of St. Mary, Portland, and St. Thomas. And so it is important for us to go there as a witness, not to cry down anyone, not to heap coals of guilt and about underperformance on anybody's head, but rather in order that we might strengthen those who have the greatest challenges. There's not a Monday morning, that Prime Minister Simpson Miller doesn't say to the members of her cabinet that you must never look down on anyone except it is your intention to raise them up. And that's what this program is doing. It's saying that there is a strong modality of leadership which can be taught, which can be modeled, and which can be infectious for leadership in schools all over Jamaica. And it is here that we will give birth to it, that we will culture it. And so today is, in fact, a very good day. And I want to thank, as others have, Jamaica National for their initiative. I want to say how happy and privileged we are to have former Minister of Education, the Leader of the Opposition, chairing its advisory board, and to offer the fulsome support of the Ministry of Education and all of its officers in this regard.
We are now at this time going to make this partnership real with ink and paper. And so I'm going to invite Minister THWAITES and Mr. JARRETT to sit at the table to my right for the signing of the MOU.